Morning, everybody. I wanted to do a quick explanation of what you need to do for your Word document or your, I believe, teaching artifact assignment that is this week related to word processing. You're going to have a similar assignment for spreadsheets and for presentation tools toward the middle, I guess, of our semester, but the process is going to be similar for all of them. You just need to create a screencast explaining what you made, and you were to look at 5 new tools that you didn't know before. I don't have you guys take a test over these tools because number one, everybody needs different tools for different reasons, and number two, if you already know how to use, assuming you already know how to use a Word document if you're in an online class, so what I want to find out is what are the new things that you found really useful and how did you employ them in your document, and that's kind of the purpose of the screencast, is for you to be able to explain that yourself. So what you need to do is open up your Word document, and then in your little Jing Sun here, just remember, and if you're using Screencast-O-Matic, it's going to be slightly different, but you go ahead and select, you hit capture, you select your area, you hit record, and you just start talking. When we had that introductory assignment where you needed to do that, that was kind of the practice round for this. So now that you've opened up your document, you know which 5 elements you want to talk about. I just pulled up a document here that I created like a long time ago for instructors when they're using Blackboard at the end of the term. And so let's say this header features was new to me. So I could say, okay, I would normally in the past I would go ahead and type in this title and that would be the end of it. But now up here I learned a little bit more about headers and how those can be used, and so I decided that that was going to be more beneficial. So I went ahead and employed that because it makes it stand out a little bit more. Maybe I also didn't know about the different bullet options that were here. I didn't know that this little doohickey was over here, and so I decided to go ahead and use that because I thought it'd be more visually appealing. Maybe I didn't know about this whole multi-level list library. I always thought A, B, and C or 1, 2, 3 was it, and now I'm finding out that there are lots of other options, and so I decided to employ those. I inserted a screenshot, that I didn't use before. And let's say in your example too, you were supposed to pick a Web 2.0 tool and incorporate it into Word. The whole point of you doing that is, first of all, to be exposed to those tools, but also because you need to know that just because you're given a package with certain amounts of tools or different functions within Microsoft or Google doesn't mean that you have to take that. If you feel that something is lacking in a software, go out and find an extension and bring it in. These tools can work together when you start understanding a little bit more about how they function. So you might want to go ahead and explain which Web 2.0 tool you picked and why you think it was useful. Maybe I didn't know before how to hyperlink something, so I go ahead and explain how I did that. So that's the whole purpose of your screencast, is to just explain these things. Now when you're done, and I'll go ahead and show you here, if I'm recording, this is what you're going to see, and I'm actually doing a screencast within a screencast. That's very weird, but when I'm all done, I click finish, and then when you're done, you're going to see these options. Now this is the piece that's very important. When you click save, that saves it into a file type, and when you submit that through Blackboard, sometimes your instructor is going to be able to read it and sometimes they're not. It depends on what is on their machine already. You're much better off, go ahead and click share via screencast.com. When I do that, it's going to show me this little tool here. It's going to say it's uploading your file. Mine is not very big, so it's not going to take very long. And then when it's done, it actually copies the URL, as you can see, directly to my clipboard. So then all I have to do is go into the course, go into the submit for the assignment button. I'll go ahead and load my document just like I would anything else, but then, and I'll just use this document for an example, all I have to do is I have a PC, so I just hit Control V and boom. The URL is already there, so I've got a copy of the screencast link, I've got your document, I can go ahead and provide feedback on what you put in there, I can suggest additional tools that might be useful to you given your situation. So that's kind of how this all works. If you have any questions or you're not sure about something though, just let me know. Please remember that you do have 3 lifelines in this class, so if you decide, it's Friday already, so if you decide that you need more time to do this, you can turn it in tomorrow and it's a 30% deduction. You can turn it in up to Sunday until midnight for 50% off. Teaching artifacts are worth a little bit more, so you're going to want to take a look at your grades to see if that's worth it for you or not. But I really, really want you to do a great job on this. And if that means that you need more time, I would suggest you use one of those 3 lifelines, because then you don't need to worry about any percentages off or anything. It absolutely doesn't matter. You could take another, week, 2 weeks, however long you needed to get this done. I wouldn't suggest pushing it off too long. Then the end of the semester is crazy, and it's already crazy as it is. So you might want to consider using that if you were struggling with this assignment a little bit, okay? And just kind of on another quick note aside, I was keeping up with the emails this week, but I think I'm only about halfway through the grading for this week, so I do apologize. I'm a few days late in that. Everything in the center was just crazy this week. So if you have questions, though, about this or anything else, just let me know, okay? Bye.